Hello, everybody. This is Kyrix with another edition of This Week in Kyrix. There we go. Had to get my stopwatch running. This is for the week of Wednesday, April 25th of 2018. It is, of course, being recorded on a Thursday because, well, sometimes I just get sidetracked. And now is one of those times. Yesterday sucked. What happened yesterday? Well, I'll tell you what happened yesterday. Okay. The Pokemon Company, which is actually what they're called, there is a group called the Pokemon Company. It's, I think, a subsidiary of Game Freak. But anyway, the Pokemon Company, this year, 2018, has been releasing legendaries, and they have been doing a shit show job of it. Okay, the first legendary released was Palkia and Dialga. Cool. I'm not a huge Sinnoh fan, but hey, I needed them, you know. I didn't really have a battle-ready pair of those two, so good on them. I'd prefer they release more mythicals, but hey, that's just Kyrix bitching, you know. But yeah, Palkia and Dialga were simple. Walk in a GameStop, get your cards, go home. Cool. No big deal. It happens. You know, matter of fact, that's how it should happen, because GameStops are pretty frequent, pretty plentiful. Gamers go in them a lot, and sometimes you get that really cool employee who will give you more than one. They're not supposed to, but they do. And we love you for that. That is wrong. That is also wrong. Not that we love the GameStop employees, that I keep just pressing the wrong button because I'm a tard. Anyway, so yeah, next month, which was, the first month was February, by the way, that's important. They did not have a January giveaway, which makes me sad. The next month was Regigigas and Heatran, which I didn't need. I have my Regigigas, I'm pretty sure I have my Heatran, so those would have just been given away at Pokemon League. But, Regigigas and Heatran were not GameStop giveaways. They were giveaways from the Pokemon account, Pokemon Club account, which I have. And I even specifically told everyone, hey, I know we all have Pokemon Club accounts because we need them to sign in for League once. Afterwards, he keeps our data, you know. It's not like, well, here's my account number again. You know, you see us here every week, dude. But no, he logs us in, so I actually get credit for showing up. I don't know what the credit's used for, but I have it. But anyway, so yeah. Not that, you fool. So, you had to sign in, and we did. And they were supposed to send us a newsletter with a download code, which I assume would get us one of the two. Despite people like me who have 4 games and could legally have 4 Pokemon. But again, no big deal. I was planning to give mine away, because I don't need Heatran or Regigigas. Hell, we had a legendary tournament up at the League the other day. Well, actually, the past 2 weeks. A long story, I'll get into it in a minute. And Regigigas is part of my team. And he actually makes a good anchor for that team. But, yeah. So, I didn't necessarily need them, so when they inevitably didn't send us the newsletter because they drastically fucked up the distribution, it was no skin off my ass, but it means that some people at League didn't get an extra Regigigas or Heatran, you know? So this month, Raikou and Entei are the giveaways. Again, I have my Raikou, I have my Entei, and because I have Pokemon Crystal, I have the means to get Hidden Ability Raikou and Hidden Ability Entei, which are, oh, so good. I assume. I don't remember what their abilities are, actually. I remember them being decent. Matter of fact, you know what? I've got my my cell phone on me. I'm gonna look them up. Raikou and Entei. Let's take a gander here, shall we? Let's look up just fire types. Oh, not that, you fool! Pokemon list. I'm already in electric, so let's take a peeko at good old Raikou. Raikou has inner focus, doesn't flinch, as opposed to pressure. It's not horrible. I could see pressure being better, but inner focus is nice, especially when fighting Starlet. who a lot of people at the league do, because I use her. Yeah, it looks like they all have inner focus. I would prefer something like, I don't know, Flash Fire or whatever for Entei, but inner focus is not bad. So I could have an inner focus Entei and Raikou. Well, here's the thing. Raikou and Entei are a target giveaway. Okay, not so bad. There are targets right next to the GameStop that I live by. I went there last night. I'll get into that story in a fucking minute. By the way, my story, not Target's fault. But, again, I'll get into that in a minute. But here's the kicker. The distribution is from the 22nd to the 29th. That's right, you have a week to get in there. And if you're like me, you lose track of what day it is a lot of times. So I remembered the 25th that I had a week starting on the 27th. So yeah, I lost most of that time that I would have otherwise had to get Entei and Raikou. And again, I have my Entei, I have my Raikou, and I can get the hidden ability ones as well. I also have Suicune, but that's not relevant to this story. So I figure I'll go up to Target, and then I'll go up to another Target, and I'll get as many cards as I can. Because I own 4 games, maybe they'll hook me up with 2, because sometimes they allow that. Or sometimes GameStop allows that. Thinking, hey, I'll get 2 at this one, maybe. I'll get 2 at the other one, maybe. The plan was to go in a loop. Yeah, every single time you see my screen pop to third person like that, know that I'm trying to run and I'm using 7 Days to Die controls. And they don't work. But yeah, I get there and they give me 1. No big deal. Not a big deal. Here's where the big deal comes in. Target is 4 miles away from my house. That'll be important in a minute. I hopped on my recently repaired bike. Recently repaired in that the back tire was flat and I replaced it with a new tube. Now the front tire's flat. So I'm thinking, okay, this could be a slow leak. Let me pump up the tire and do a lap around the neighborhood. Tires seem to be holding. Okay, cool. Piggy! So, I hop onto the bike, make my way up to Target. It's a long trip, tire starts going flat, as it would. And I check it out, and there's a Wawa along the way. Now, for people who don't understand that significance, Wawa has free bike pumps, or free air pump, rather. They have free air. Big deal. Big deal, that. So, So anyway, I'm sitting there, Wawa's doing its thing, and there are actually 3 Wawas along the way. The problem is, my Wawa, the one I go to get my drinks and stuff, has a broken bike pump. Not good. How did I get in here again? Is there a path or what? I think I just blocked it off. Oh, found it. That'll do. Okay, anyway, mine has a broken pump. It breaks frequently. Shit happens, you know, it's free. You make with what you got. Oops, didn't mean to go in that much. Need air, thank you. But the second Wawa had a functional pump. So I, right before going down effectively a hill at this big overpass, I refueled, as it were. No big deal. That's part of the plan, you know. So, I get close to Target. Bike gets low. Well, no, bike's doing fine right now. So I get close to Target. I get to the Target. Go in. Bike's still doing fine. Come out. Tires getting dangerously low. Like, I could ride it, but I shouldn't. So I take it to the Wawa that I passed right by Target. Its pump is broken. Well, fuck. So I end up walking a considerable distance, like 20 streets, to the Wawa that I refilled my tire at before. And refill my tire, no big deal, that's the plan, right? And get not far before my slow leak turns into a fast leak. Now the tire's flat again. So I basically had to walk almost the entire 4 miles back home. Not fun. Now naturally my plan to hit the second target gets stonewalled for exactly that reason. You know? I mean, when you can't get to the second target because your tire's fucking flat, what can you do, you know? So yeah, long story short, when I could have gotten as many as 4, possibly more if I'd gotten a cool employee, I ended up with 1 card that I personally don't need. So, like I said, it's not a total loss. I don't need the card. I'm planning to give it away at Pokemon League this Tuesday as a prize for our weekly Tiny Tourney, as we call it, our Little Cup. Because we chase every big tournament with Lil Cup, because it gives us a chance to use Pokemon we otherwise wouldn't, because, you know, who doesn't evolve their Pokemon, right? Answer, usually I don't, a lot of times. But anyway, so, about the Legendary Tournament. Legendary Tournament was last week, and we didn't finish. Matter of fact, most of us, including myself, only had a barest number of matches. Now, I made that up this week, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. Oops, nope, give. Give to Kyrix. Oh yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Okay, that's 1. Gets 2. That's 3. And do I hear 4? Do I hear 4? I probably will. Let's put this... God damn it. Right here, so I know how much I have. That works out rather nicely, actually. Perfect. And now I hear 4. Okay. I probably could have won this one, but I did not. And quite frankly, I'm getting a little sick of winning them all. You know, that's not any kind of reflection on my fellow leaguers, by the way. It's just... it just kind of happens that way. And the reason I'm getting sick is because, well, I shouldn't be winning them all. You know, it kind of sucks a dick when I put on these tournaments and I keep walking away with the prize. It makes me look like quite the asshole. Okay, let's poke some air. While we're at it, let's get some light in here, just for a little bit. There we go. Now I can see some. Oh, god damn it, I broke one. Or I'm gonna, anyway. That one's gone to waste. There we go, perfect. Well, not perfect, but passable. Anywho, oh, I didn't breathe. Wonderful. Breathe, asshole! So yeah, we finished up this week. I got my my quota. When I refer to quotas in this context, we have a chart of a certain number of wins you get, and you get the quote-unquote prize for the month, which is Pokemon League sends us cards for the card game. And if you win, you basically get yours early. Like, I have next month's cards now, as opposed to having to wait for them. Which is cool. You know, nothing wrong with that. And how close are these to being done? Oh, pretty close, actually. Well, not actually, no, not even remotely close. Never mind, I'm a tard. Anyway. Oh, that's right, it was right there, wasn't it? Oh, I'm sorry, I completely lost train of thought. I got distracted by shiny things. So yeah, I got the next month's thing. That's cool. I actually have to get my Pokemon stuff out of the front room because I usually... Ooh, God, I love rain. Rain is the best. I'm actually going to sit right here and enjoy the goddamn rain. I gotta get my download card because I also get a download card from League for getting the month's things, which, by the way, Infernape. 4 of them. I will get 4 Infernapes from League with my download code, and I actually kind of like the Infernape card. I wasn't too sold on the Torterra, plus I actually had a bunch of the non-League version of Torterra already. But the Infernape's pretty good. He's low energy cost. He does 50 damage, which is a little low for something of his caliber, which is a Stage 2 Pokemon. But the kicker is he also burns the target, and rather than 2 burn damage per turn, you get 6. So it can stack pretty high. You're basically doing 110 damage. Which is nice. Which is real nice. I might seriously consider putting it in a fire deck. Oh, rain, 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 rain. Anyway, how much dirt do I have? I have a lot of dirt. Let's turn this beach into dirt. That sounds like a thing I would do. Yeah, that actually does sound exactly like a thing I would do. Let's turn this beach to dirt. Because sand is the best resource. But, yeah, I gotta get my download code. Because I gotta download shit. Kyrix needs his Pokemons. What else happened? We got more work done on the Eisen Group project. I did significantly better this week than I thought I would. Let's just leave it at that. Basically, long story short, I had built in such a way that I thought I would be a detriment to the group. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was going to do it anyway, but I thought that I basically told the guys, I'm like, yeah, you guys are probably going to have to carry me in this whole playthrough. But turns out it was the exact opposite, that my build ended up being ridiculously good. So good, in fact, that the rest of them are basically having to copy what I did so that we can make progress. Because otherwise we just can't pass the part we're on. We're doing a super, mega, ultra, hate yourself, extreme difficulty level. Which really isn't that far removed from what the difficulty level's actually called. But that's neither here nor there. So, see, the projects, it could be going better. It could be going much better. It's not necessarily bad, but it could be going infinitely better. But I'm looking forward to next week. We should probably, in a couple of days, have the game knocked out completely. But in this case, a couple of days translates to a couple weeks because we only play 2 days a week. Gotta get a hold of my friend for Saturday and possibly Sunday to do more of our reviews on his channel. His channel, once it is officially up and running, because it currently isn't, to the best of my knowledge, will be getting a shout out on this channel. Also, you will be seeing a playlist on my channel for the videos I'm collabing on his channel. So, you basically can watch his shit on my channel, though because it's a playlist of shit on his channel, the views will go to him, as they should. You know? I mean, he did the recording, and he's going to be doing the editing, because we fucking know I'm not going to edit. And, yeah, he rightly deserves those views. Not that one? Oh, derp. It's because I'm an idiot, isn't it? Yes, Kyrix, it's because you're an idiot. That's why you're not allowed to have nice things. There we go. I'm about to say, I knew there was a shortcut button, but I couldn't remember what it was because I've been playing 7 days so much. Oh yeah, I need sticks. Kyrix needs more sticks. There we go. Perfect. Anyway, we got interrupted last time before we could really do our next video, or at least announce it. And I have since come up with a potential catchphrase on my end for his channel, which is cool. You know, you need yourself a catchphrase. And, oh god, I don't have to splint myself. This is wonderful. I can just break a leg and be done with it. So, yeah, I've got the next video picked out that we're going to watch. As a matter of fact, I've got the next several picked out. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good in that remark. I watched Thor Ragnarok this morning, actually, before bed. I will be watching Spider-Man Homecoming pretty soon. And then I just have to watch Black Panther, and I'm caught up on all the Marvel movies before Infinity War. Last time I talked to the roommate about it, he was definitely considering the idea of me buying the PS4 off him, which I'm hoping he'll go for, because I really want it, because it's got a lot of my shit on it, and I'm the one who uses it the most anyway. And, plus, if I can have it, then I'm looking at a situation where I can actually play the damn thing on a regular basis, instead of, you know, doing what I'm doing, which is not doing that. Plus, it's entirely possible that with the thing in my room, I'll have a better chance to experiment and figure out why the hell my capture card doesn't work. And once I know why my capture card doesn't work, I can make my capture card work. Which would be fucking awesome. Because then I can record PS4 shit. And if I'm recording PS4 shit, then I have more shit for my channel. And I can do 7 Days to Die instead of Minecraft. I'll probably still play this, though, just because it's been a while and I kind of miss the game. But I won't have to anymore, and that's really nice. Plus, there's a simple fact that when it comes to sheer time-wasty goodness, this does not compare to 7 Days. Because a good Minecraft project will last me a couple weeks. A half-decent 7 Days project can last me a couple years. when you consider that I'd only be playing in an hour a day. I mean, let's just assume, for example, that I'm diving into one of my currently existing files, like the one I've been playing on mine, where I'm using the skin for Lee from Walking Dead. Just the mere act of making and using cement in that game is a fucking 25-minute process per, like, 1,000 units of that shit, which will cover 100 blocks. Hold on, I think one of my cats wants it. Hi, Loie. I was correct. Which is funny, because I'm sitting here thinking, aren't all my cats in here? All but one. And she wanted in. She wanted to be with her friends. Hi, Loie. Yes, Daddy loves you. And get off the computer. But yeah, like I said, that's something that just the sheer number of time, because in this game, crafting is instantaneous. I push the button that says, I want to make a shovel, and then I have a shovel. Whereas in 7 days, if I want to make a steel shovel, I'm looking at about 4 minutes of craft time. Now, I can do shit during that time. It happens, for all intents and purposes, off-screen. But the time still happens, you know. And the more involved whatever I'm making is, the longer it takes to make. Now, in this game, if I, for example, want to make glass, that takes time. It takes, like, 5 minutes or so, let's say, to make 64 panes of glass. But, stop it! Get out! But yeah, when you consider the sheer bulk of time that or the sheer bulk of items that I make in 7 days, and the time it takes to make said items, there really isn't a comparison between Minecraft and 7 days in that regard. Plus, when you consider that a sizable portion of the early game will be spent collecting food of some sort, and getting my early resources, and getting my technology up to snuff, and all this shit, I could probably run the same game of 7 Days to Die for 2 or 3 years before it starts to get stale the way Minecraft would, where I'd have to switch worlds. So that's part of the reason I want to switch things up. But I mean, I'd finish up what I'm doing in this playthrough before I moved on. But you know what I'm saying. It's... Jesus Christ, I burned through this thing already? And we're almost done with all the glass, I think. Oh, no, I was at a wrong angle. I engaged in wrong thing. So, plus, not even that. It's shit like I can finally play the Shantae games. I can do Resident Evil 7 and multiple other games that are only on the PS4. You know, games that I could record via the recordy bit, but I wouldn't be able to get access to them easily. They take up a lot of space, and they edit shit, which I will not do. Like, honestly, what's the point of me playing, for example, Arkham Knight? I'll use as an example because I watched Team 4-Star play it. And what's the point in playing it if they're gonna edit out all the fucking storyline? You know? What the fuck's the point? Because that's the thing, I could live stream on that, especially if it were in my room. And for things like 7 Days to Die, I might do that. Because that's not, you know, story relevant, they're not going to hack shit out of it. But I really consider that fucking lazy because, you know, that's what capture cards are for, first and foremost. The only reason I would live stream 7 Days to Die using that system is because my computer physically can't do a real live stream. You know, I can't run the capture card in my recording software and all that shit. It's not... Not only is it not feasible, it's not possible. I've tried. So, right now, until I get a job and a better computer, that's the only way I could feasibly live stream. And quite frankly, I don't want to live stream so badly right now. You know, I don't think that'll ever be a huge part of my channel. You know, I'm not going to go the Star route, I'm not going to go the Proton John route, I'm not going to go the Peak Hole route, where it's like, oh, I'm a streamer now. I mean, hey, if you're a streamer, whatever floats your boat. It's your channel, do what you want. But I'm not. You know, I don't watch a lot of live streams for one thing, you know. The idea of just devoting 3 to 7 hours of watching one thing, you know. I mean, I haven't seen one of Star's streams in forever. Partly because she's currently streaming games I don't care about, you know. But I mean, it's been forever since I watched one of hers. I'll duck in every now and then and watch like anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour or two of Fee's streams, hang out with her, you know. But even then, even people I like, who I know on a personal basis, I don't watch streams for, you know. It's a very rare thing for me to watch a live stream live. I might watch, you know, the Cliff Notes and shit. If it's something that's part of an ongoing project, like Team 4-Star's streams of Metal Gear, I'll watch. And when they get back to doing the Nuzlocke, I'll watch that. But when I say back to doing the Nuzlocke, I mean in live stream format. I will say, though, I'm not a fan of the current Nuzlocke, which is Platinum, because Sinnoh is a garbage region, and it just fucking is. I remember I got into a nasty little fight in the comments section because I said, well, because they're acting like they don't even want to play this game. I'm like, they probably don't because it's a garbage game. And they're like, well, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're wrong or whatever. Or you're entitled to be wrong. I'm like, that's nice of you to say. When I finally am wrong, I'm sure I'll use that. Like, well, you're just assuming you're right. I'm like, well, you're just assuming I'm wrong. Like, I wasn't getting sarcastic and assholey until someone did it to me first. Oh god, what the hell was the argument I had with someone that they tried to get all fucking victim cardy on? See, now I wanna bring this up. I wanna remember this real fucking bad. I forget what it is, but they tried to pull the victim card shit on me, and I just wasn't having it. It'll come to me. I'll cheat and look it up if I have to. Because right now this is kind of important to me. I'm gonna cheat and look it up. I don't know if I'll find it, but just looking through my YouTube notifications might clue me in. Because, you know, sometimes shit'll jog your memory. Not that. Not that one either. Oh, I remember what it was. It was the shipping thing. Okay. Alright, first off, let's clarify some terms of what a shipper is. Because it's not what it sounds like. I don't work for FedEx, you know. Wouldn't mind working for FedEx, even though I couldn't have, you know, the cushy drive-around job. I'd probably be working in the packing. It's not that I want to work for FedEx, it's that I want to work, period. But anyway, Season 8 of Pony came out, and there is a new character who I fucking despise. I mean, I have not hated a character like this in a long goddamn time. Matter of fact, in the process of going through these comments, I basically did the math that in 8 years I've hated 2 characters. But for the moment, that's not what's important here. Basically, the character hooked up with a rather beloved character in the show. I'm not going to say who, but chances are, you know, it's really easy to figure out because the character's a little bit polarizing. I'm a little disappointed in the fandom that not a lot of people actually hate this character's guts. And by a little, I mean significantly disappointed in them for this, but fuck it. Anyway, anyway, a shipper is a person who says, like, oh, these 2 characters are perfect for each other. I ship them. You know, like, let's use Avatar: The Last Airbender. There were 2 major ships. There was Katang and Zutara, which is, Katang is Katara and Aang. Oh, I think they're the perfect couple. And then there's Zutara, Zuko, and Katara. You know, I never was a shipper person. I mean, I might agree or disagree on it, but if fucking Zuko and Katara had gotten together, I wouldn't have cared. You know? I personally think they would have made a horrible couple, but not my show, you know? Generally speaking, when a canon couple comes out, I'm generally fine with it. I'm like, okay, that's the route the show wants to go. Perfect. It's very rare that I'll disagree with something like that. Like, I don't think that in the new Thundercats that Tiger and Cheetah should have been a thing. I think he's a pompous ass, and I think she could do infinitely better with literally any choice she made. But hey, not my life, you know? So anyway, I go on a rather ferocious tirade about this character and how I hate him. And this person says, oh, well, you're just an angry shipper who's mad that your ship got ruined because you shipped him with someone else. I'm like, no, I'm not a shipper. I think shipping is stupid. I don't care. You can remove that character from this conversation entirely, and I still think it's a garbage character. You know, I'm not a shipper. Simple, precise language. I'm not a shipper. I hate this character on his own merits. You know? Even a child could figure that shit out, right? Or so you'd think. So, naturally, this person fires back with, yada yada yada, you're a shipper. No, I'm not a shipper, etc. And every single time I say I'm not a shipper, they're like, no, you're totally a shipper. No, I'm not a fucking shipper. And as you do, eventually I get fed up with their bullshit. You know, accusing me of something I'm not. I'm not a shipper. I don't care if people are shippers, but I am not. And this is literally dismissing my argument with shit that doesn't apply to me. I'm not a shipper, so the argument that I'm an angry shipper literally holds no water whatsoever. You know, so naturally just dismissing my argument in such a manner royally fucking pisses me off because it's not applicable to me. And so at some point I finally snap and decide to get mean and say, you must have some kind of fucking learning disability or something to be told this many times and still not get a clue. So they whip out the victim card. Actually, I do have a learning disability. Thanks for telling everyone. I'm like, okay, first off, I didn't tell everyone you had a learning disability. You did. Secondly, it's kind of obvious that you have a learning disability when you can be told something so many times and still flatly not get the fucking picture. And thirdly, don't pull that victim card shit on me, because guess what? I'm on disability. I had what we're pretty sure is some functional form of autism, etc. So you aren't going to get pity points from me on that bullshit. You know, a learning disability is not an excuse for being an asshole. Because basically, here's the thing. You were an asshole long before this shit came up. And I hate when people pull that shit. When they decide to pull out the victim card and use it as a fucking excuse to be a goddamn asshole. You know, I'm sorry, your victimhood or perceived victimhood is not a fucking card to be an asshole. Because that's the thing, I could have brought up my quote-unquote victim card, because I have several things that apply to me, and just be the king of all assholes. But I don't, because that's bullshit. But oh my god, I thought it was so cute that he whipped that out to try and win the argument. I'm like, no, sorry, doesn't apply here. Your currency doesn't function in this country, you know. And yeah, it royally pisses me off when people do shit like that. And I love the fact that they try to play the victim card like I'm going to pity them because they have a learning disability. Learning disability is not an excuse to be an asshole. It just isn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you think it is. Whoever told you that fucking lied to you. And here's the thing. Even the things that are valid excuses to be an asshole expire. You know? Like, they're not permanent. Like, oh, well, my mother died in a train accident. Okay. That buys you about a week of being an asshole. And then you have to grow the fuck up and be an adult. You know? But yeah, how can you be that fucking dense that you can be told the same thing 100 times and still not fucking get it? That, oh, I'm not a shipper. I didn't stutter. I spoke plain, simple English. How'd you not get it? You know, I could not have been more plain in my language. But still, you fucking missed the plot there. Actually, no, these should both be a thing, probably. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll worry about prettifying it later, as it were. I'm gonna need to leave myself a door, though. So how many of these am I gonna need? Let's see here. I'm gonna need a lot of these, actually. Let's get some more boards, let's get some more sticks, let's get some more boards, let's get some more sticks. Now, let's get some ladders. Where are the ladders? No. No. The fuck are the ladders? Wait, purple what? No. Ah, there they are. Okay. I need more sticks. There we go. That ought to be more than enough ladders. Okay. Now that that's a thing, let's make this a thing, shall we? Oh dear, I seem to have completely boxed myself in. So yeah, just fucking waving the victim card around, thinking you're gonna get points. It just doesn't fly with me. I don't subscribe to that flavor of bullshit. It's just, no. Own up to your own crap. If you make a mistake, that's fine. You're allowed to make mistakes, but fucking own up to it. you know? And it's like I tell people, have the fight you're having. Don't make shit up. Like that's one of the things that got my niece royally fucking yelled at when she was living with me before I booted her out. Was that she would have an argument with her boyfriend and then take it out on me, or she'd be having an argument with me and take it out on him, and I would tell her, no, do not pull that bullshit in this house. Have the fight you're fucking having. Your fight with me is not a fight with him. Your fight with him is not a fight with me. If you're fighting with me, fight me. If you're fighting with him, fight him. Don't fucking take other people's shit out on someone else. You know? If you've got a problem with me, have a problem with me. Simplest goddamn thing in the world to understand. And yet people still fuck it up. Alright, let's get the sand out. Come on, get up there. Gotta love the wacky water physics of Minecraft. I have plenty more sand. Perfect. Alrighty then. Shit. I needed that. Okay. Not that, you fool. Okay, cool. Now glass can be used for such things. Meh. No. Put that here for now. Damn it. Get up there. Touch. Damn, I timed that just right. Whew, that was a close one. And speaking of close one, we're getting close to the end of this video. As it were. Lock. Oh. I see. Shit! Oh, never mind. Thought I had boned myself there. I was wrong. Me? Oh. Alright, that'll do for now. Then we go downstairs, or down the ladder as it were. You know, one of the rudest awakenings I got in 7 Days to Die was discovering that physics works in that game. When the roof caved in on my head, that was a moment. That was a big old wake-up call for Kyrix. It's like, oh, physics works in this game. How quaint. First time it happened, I thought it was a fluke, and then I realized, oh no, I'm just a fuck-up. I do like that glass can finally have things put on it. Took a long time to get to that point, let me tell you. But I can finally just have glass, so my aesthetic is preserved. I'm gonna have to break one of these, aren't I? Yes, I am. It's fine, it's fine. See, told you it was fine. So yeah, that just kind of preserves the whole aesthetic right there. The fact that I can just have nothing but glass for no reason. No, not no reason. There certainly is a reason, but not the reason you would think. I just like working with glass. I just like having a literal glass house. It's kind of fun, really. So let's go outside real quick and take a look at this from the outside. Just kind of watch it descend, as it were. See, what I would love to do is make this out of blue glass. Because then it'll be functionally invisible underwater. If I get a fuck ton of lapis at some point in the game, I will probably go through and restructure this whole thing using blue glass. And that will just look so pretty. Because yeah, it'll basically be like my walls are nothing but air holding back the water. And I like that. So yeah, we're gonna end it here. We're gonna end it a little early. And I will see you all next time. But bye everyone.